Hi friends, this is the Prepared Suburbanite. Wanted to take you along as we begin the preparations for the beginnings of our bug out location work. I'm going to need a place to store some survival goods when we go to the camp because I don't have any place to lock it up there. So what I did was created out of 4-inch PVC pipe a survival cache. This is about 2.5 feet long, and I wanted to make sure that we could get enough good stuff in here that we could leave at the campsite, leave at the bug out location. It's camouflaged. I just used regular camo type paint to decorate this, and the stencils are just natural leaves and things like that. So the whole idea would be to stuff this full of survival stuff and then leave it right at the campsite, fairly well camouflaged, so that I don't have to worry about hauling too much stuff back and forth as we go. So let me reposition the camera and let me show you what we're going to be doing. So what I've got is this 4-inch PVC pipe that I've put together just out of regular PVC material, Schedule 40 stuff that you can pick up at Home Depot or Lowe's Home Improvement stores, pretty much anywhere. The end caps, it's got the screwable top on it here so that you can cinch it down, and tighten it up so that it becomes nearly waterproof, but I can't ever guarantee. But what I learned was that the 4-inch size doesn't fit a lot of the stuff that I really wanted to take. One of the first things I wanted to make sure we had was some peanut butter. It doesn't fit. It just won't go in there. And if you could jam it in, you'd never get it back out. So that's not going to work. Some maple syrup. That's not going to fit. A first aid kit in a plain old box, that's not going to fit. A big jug of spices like pepper, that's not going to fit. A 1-quart mason jar, that's not going to fit. A can of chicken, it barely fits, but I don't think I could ever get it out. So this is going to have to stay behind. The coffee looks like it is going to fit, so I've got a good start there. Spam will fit. No, it won't. That Spam will not fit in there that way, but it will go in sideways. So the Spam will go. I can take an extra piece of Coleman fuel, an extra can of Coleman fuel. This jelly jar will fit. A 1-pint mason jar. Those will fit without any problems. So all the rest of this stuff, an extra knife, a fire stick, a flashlight, either the water filtration system or a life straw, those will fit. Some cordage, paracord, a compass, and a fire starting kit. Those will all fit in there pretty well. The other thing that I found that's going to fit in there really well, and let me go get it, and purely for medicinal purposes, we're going to be making sure that we've got some of this on hand up there at the campsite. So yes, it does fit in there very well, so want to make sure we take that. I think the lesson here is to make sure that you really build the right size for the stuff that you want to take. What I'm going to be forced to do now is buy a smaller jar of peanut butter so that it'll fit in here. I'm going to have to buy smaller jars of spices to fit in there. Going to have to use pints instead of quarts for that kind of stuff. But I probably don't need maple syrup. But the whole idea is to make sure that you're really building your survival cache tube that's going to be the right size for the stuff that you need. I think that the 4-inch, while it's much, much cheaper to build than the 6-inch, the 4-inch just isn't quite adequate. And I wish I had invested the $20 in the 6-inch, which I may do, and build one of those to carry some of the bigger things that I really think I'm going to be needing up there. So lessons learned here. I didn't think I'd need the 6-inch, so I went with the 4-inch because it was substantially cheaper to build. The components, the end caps and the screw ends here, and the end cap on this end, they can be pretty expensive when you start jumping up into the 6-inch sizes. And I couldn't find reasonable sizes of the 6-inch at either Home Depot or at Lowe's Home Improvement Store. The 4-inch was readily available in 4-foot sections, so I just cut those in half, and there you go. It's ready to go. It's going to work, but I'm going to have to downsize on some of the supply equipment. I built 2 of these. They will be going up to the bug out location as our initial survival stash when we get there. I'll be putting in some MREs or dehydrated food from Mountain House and things like that, so that we've got some food with us in case we get stuck out there. So those are the kinds of things that experimentation and the lessons learned from that experimentation will help you get along. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you to be prepared always. Out for now.